All right, welcome back. So today we are on team number 13 of rebuilding all 30 NBA teams. Today we are on the New York Knicks. This past year made the conference semifinals. They've been pretty solid for the last 3 years, and then before then, my whole life they've been pretty bad. Signed Jalen Brunson in the offseason. Still have RJ Barrett, still have Julius Randle, and that whole squad, like usual at this point in the offseason. Because I was dumb when I made the save. I actually can't even look at the team until I get into the next season. But yeah, I mean, at this point in the offseason, we just get into next year to start off the videos here. But yeah, we're sitting at 6-6 all time. Hopefully we can get back above 500. Hopefully we can get on a run because this is kind of ridiculous at this point. Also, not sure why I have AirPods in because they're not doing anything. This is stupid. All right, anyways. So, Jalen Brunson is an 87 overall. Julius Randle is an 87 overall. They're 27 and 28, right in their prime. They have RJ Barrett, who's an 84 at 23. Emmanuel Quickley, who's 24 and 82. Mitchell Robinson, 80, 25. And then Quentin Grimes is up to an 80, 23 years old. And the rest of the guys are role players. So, there are two different routes to go. We can either trade Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle and go really young, or we can trade all our young guys and try and win with Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna look to see what each of these guys' values are and then just make a decision there, just because I want to know what's the best decision just value wise I can get back for these guys. Looking around, don't see anything I like that's like a win now type of move with Jalen Brunson. Julius Randle is the same thing. I don't think Porzingis makes us any better. So I think for the first year, I want to keep, unless RJ Barrett's value is crazy, which I don't think it is. I think it's pretty solid, but it's not anything, out of this world. I mean, we could get Zach LaVine and a first for him. But I think I want to keep these three, maybe Emmanuel Quickley around and just kind of retool the roster around this squad. The only thing with Quentin Grimes already being up to an 80, he's a year younger. I think that makes it a little bit easier to trade Emmanuel Quickley away, as much as I like Emmanuel Quickley, and then really just a better center. And yeah, I mean, I think this is just more of like a retool type of off season. And then if things don't work, I think we move on from Randle and Brunson. I do like the Walker Kessler, John Collins, but I always get Walker Kessler. I just don't want to get the same guys every single time. I might do this though, because I can flip these two guys pretty easily. 2028 first round pick doesn't necessarily matter. If I get stuck with Walker Kessler, it is what it is. I'm gonna try and trade him. John Collins, I'm not gonna keep on this team. The fit's not necessarily there. We're gonna go with him, and we're gonna try and move Evan Fournier. That's a lot of money, but we'll try Evan Fournier as well. Yeah, I mean, this is just a lot of money to move for guys that aren't necessarily worth the money they're getting paid. Rudy Gobert off the bench could be kind of funny. That's a lot of money. I'll throw in Isaiah Roby instead. John Collins, I just don't think I can get an upgrade for him on his own. Wendell Carter Jr. I also get a lot. I'm getting a lot of the same guys, which I am at this point trying to avoid a little bit. Yusuf Nurkic, I give up a second round pick. I'll hold on to that deal, see what I can get for Walker Kessler first. I can flip Walker Kessler for Yusuf Nurkic and pick up Hamid Diallo and get rid of Evan Fournier's contract. I don't necessarily hate the trade. I think this is what I'm going to do. Hammy's going to be a very solid player off my bench. 78 for 73, and I'm only losing 2 overall. And then I can flip John Collins as well. I just do it on his own. I can flip him for potentially somebody better than Nurkic, or we just go with Nurk as our starter. I don't necessarily hate that. We're just looking for like high overalls that aren't centers, which is hard to come by because everybody wants to get rid of their centers. Clint Capella can be hard to move. Miles Bridges is pretty hard to move. Big Monk I always get. Wendell Carter I feel like I get a lot. Yeah, John Collins is just a tough player to move. Throw in this Pistons first round pick. I also heard Jalen Smith could be the move. I could probably flip Nurk as well. I'm liking that trade. I think that's where we go with it. Jalen Smith is a good little piece to have on my bench as well. And then I can flip Nurk and Hartenstein. Hopefully get a guard here. Oh, it's 2 centers, so it might be a little hard to get. I mean, John Collins just wants to come right back to the team. Devin Vassell could be a nice little pickup. We are giving up a first though. Tyus Jones for a second round pick. I do kind of like that. If I can do that, actually like Nurk and Tyus Jones and like some sort of pick, that would be great. I'm just looking for like a guard. It's like a 79, 80 to come off my bench. that I don't get a lot. Tyus Jones, Daniel Gafford for a first. I don't really want Gafford. Who else makes the money work? That could be interesting. Me, Denny. They do it for Denny. I think his value is the same. He's younger. I'd rather get Denny and you give me a second back. They like what they have, so just hold on to that. I mean, Denny literally plays the same, or he doesn't play the same position. If I give up a second, I feel like I'm willing to do that. Isaiah Hartenstein for Daniel Gafford. I'll do that. And then looking at our roster, we got Jalen Brunson, Tyus Jones as our point guard play. I like that. Quickly Grimes as our 2 guard play, and DiVincenzo could potentially get 10th man, 11th man minutes. RJ Barrett and Hammy Diallo I like. And then Julius Randle, Jalen Smith, and Denny Avdia. I could move him to 3 potentially. I mean, I'm liking what I got for a rotation so far. Just looking at who gets left out, it is DiVincenzo and Jalen Smith and Denny Avdia. I might run 12, as weird as it sounds, just because those guys are solid players. They want to start Quentin Grimes over Emmanuel quickly, which makes me think I should trade him. I think, honestly, I might just run this rotation to start the season. I like giving 12 people minutes. We'll just get into simming. I do like that team a lot. Kept the core together, beefed up the bench, beefed up the starting lineup just a hair. Team's pretty mid to start, but we'll see how they pan out. Get to about the trade line before we do anything too crazy. Like, that is dumb. All right, we're like 20-ish games in, and we lost Tyus Jones for 1 to 2 weeks, but we kind of suck right now. So I think we might just make some trades. We are 9 and 12 and the 11th seed. It short the rotation for a couple games. We lost 2 games when I did that. It might just be condensed some talent. Manuel quickly, I believe, is not playing very well. I haven't looked at the stat. I took a glance. It wasn't Emmanuel quickly, it was Quentin Grimes, who is not playing well. So I'm thinking maybe Quentin Grimes as well as Denny potentially go, because Denny has not been good. I mean, I know he is not getting a ton of minutes. Quentin Grimes and Denny should be able to get me something. I could potentially throw in a pick as well. McDaniels, don't necessarily hate that just because I am picking up defense. I mean, this is more value, but like, I don't know. I don't need Kyle Anderson. I am willing to do this trade though. I think this is a necessary move. Jaden McDaniels could start or could be my 6th man. We'll go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to flip Kyle Anderson. Yeah, this is what we'll do here. We'll pick up Derek White to be my backup 2. So a couple little trades here. Could also move RJ Barrett and then put Jaden McDaniels in the starting lineup if we need to. But quickly's been great off the bench. I think starting him where he should be is the move. And then I'm going to go back to 10. I don't want minutes from Jericho Sim or Sam Hauser. Once Tyus gets back, I'll drop it to 11 because Jalen Smith he's been okay. So we'll see how he plays while Tyus Jones is gone. Okay, trade deadline here. 6 seed, 32 and 24. So we have turned it around a little bit. Derek White was hurt for just a little bit there. He is back now. Or he must have been back. Is there anybody that's just playing awful that I can just move right here? Because something does need to be changed, I think. Julius Randle's numbers are way down. So RJ Barrett's numbers are down a little bit. Jalen Brunson's numbers are completely down. This is just team basketball. I honestly think we can just stick with it. Daniel Gafford. I look to move Daniel Gafford as well as Sam Hauser and try and get a better backup center. I don't like Daniel Gafford as my, like Vooch. Honestly, like Vooch. I mean, I am looking to make a push. I mean, his defense is going to be better. His rebounding was a B+. I believe that's better than Daniel Gafford's. His is an A-. He's a better basketball player, at least in the world of 2K. Not knocking Daniel Gafford, but I would like to get Vooch here. For some reason, we have a trade exception. I am going to keep him off the bench, which 2K is also going to do. That's pretty much all we need to do. Just bring in another guy to beef up this bench. Got a better big. I think we don't need to do anything major. We're already a much better team. Vooch is on an expiring contract. I'll see if he is willing to sign an extension. Otherwise, that could be a bit iffy. And where is he? He's not even eligible. I swore it said he had a 1-year deal. A lot of guys want to test free agency. This could be an issue, but I believe some of them are restricted. But yeah, we'll just see. That was a dumb trade, it looks like. Maybe not. I don't know. It makes our bench better, as you guys have seen. I build these teams and there's no like superstar scoring or anything like that. But yeah. Okay, triple-double Luka, MVP. Wemby with the Rookie of the Year. Chris Paul, 6th Man of the Year. Nick Claxton, DPOY. Isaiah Jackson, Most Improved Player. I probably got a bigger role with Miles Turner gone. So I mean, yeah, look at his minutes. He's all the way up to 26 minutes a game. Coach of the year, Joe Mazzulla, the Celtics, and then Brandon Harrison of the Cavs, executive of the year. I'm assuming we're not gonna have any Knicks players anywhere. Very surprised if there is any, and there's not. But we finished as the 6th seed, 46 and 36, which, if I remember right, is where they ended the year. We'll take a look at stats here. Julius Randle, sub 20. RJ Barrett, sub 20. Vooch ended up being our 3rd leading scorer. I believe his stats are pretty similar to where they were when we traded for him. Brunson, wow, his numbers are just down. Even his assist numbers are down. Quickly's numbers are down. Everybody's numbers are down. It's what happens. I build these teams, and nobody puts up ginormous numbers. I don't know. Obviously need to mix up how I make these teams sometimes. They have Tyler Hero at point guard. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Jimmy Butler's hurt right now. So there's Bam and Tyler Hero, and then Jamie was starting, but they take game 1 and game 2. Jimmy Butler's probably back at this point. It's tied 2-2. We are up 3-2. It's gonna go to a game 7. Is Jimmy back? He's not back yet. Okay. This could be interesting. We're missing Jimmy Butler right now. I don't know his injury. Back-to-back game here. In game 7, we cannot even pull away the close game. 28 seconds left. Do I hop in year 1? 17. I'll hop in. Why not? Why not? All right, so we do have the ball here. I see Vooch is in the game. Outside of that, I think the starters are in. I don't see Jalen Brunson here. Tied ball game. Julius Randle has the ball in his hands. Hopefully the game's not too loud. I don't even have headphones in to know if the game's loud. 5, 4. Julius Randle. Oh, he had a layup. He had a layup. I don't know why he didn't keep driving. We're not going to sit here and watch overtime. We'll just get back into some. Okay. Overtime. It looks like we're just going to get absolutely destroyed. It says we're the Heat, which I'm confused by. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at the Heat's rotation, because as I say, we don't have Christian Wood. Okay, since I'm here, as we just got absolutely destroyed, where was Jimmy Butler? He's not even here. Ben Simmons on that squad too. We lose year 1 in round 1. Honestly, probably just gonna blow it up now. Jabari Smith Jr. Western Conference Finals MVP. What is going on in this? Okay, whatever. But Julius Randle's probably gone. Jalen Brunson's probably gone. Their numbers are just awful. I don't think we have a pick. I sold out. We only have 2nd round picks. I absolutely sold out to get a team that I thought would be able to win this year. Really not. Happy I kept clear around. I feel like I didn't get rid of that much youth, and I brought in enough youth. I don't feel like I shot myself in the foot completely. We could go get Bam, who just eliminated us. I do get him a lot. De'Aaron Fox, I've had 2-3 times, I think. Comfortable enough getting him comfortable enough that I had him a limited amount where I feel like it's not like I'm getting the same guys over and over and over again. Jordan Poole would be fun. Kyle Kuzma would be fun as well. I mean, just basketball-wise, I don't think that's the best trade. De'Aaron Fox is the move. Give up a 2026 first-round pick. I mean, he's locked in. Longer term, he'd be locked in for the rest of the video. I'm willing to make De'Aaron Fox my point guard moving forward. And then Julius Randle is also going to go. Jaren Jackson Jr. We've had before. Offensive stopper. I'm not against that trade at all. Not looking at the 4th round pick. I honestly think Jaren Jackson Jr. is the move. And I mean, Vooch, even though he was I mean, he was pretty solid for us. I think this is the move to make. His numbers were insane. Even Adams being my backup center too. Don't hate it all. I'm actually going to take a look, as weird as it sounds, at tendencies and stuff, because I think where the issue is, I get a ton of guys with high shot tendencies. I have my 3 scorers there, and then everybody else can just be role players, right? I have my 3-4 guys that touch the ball like crazy. They want touches. So I think the team is pretty built that terms now. Now I just need to fill out the roster and make it make sense. I mean, I don't even know if any of that made sense that I just said. 2nd round picks, whatever. The computer can draft 2nd round picks. Pick up a 75. Okay. We will definitely bring him in. 73 I'll also bring in. And we will take a look at the draft. Either the Warriors or the Spurs get another 84 center every single time. I don't know why. Whatever. We're just going to have to deal with it. Jalen Smith declined his player option that I didn't even know he had. But we are going to bring Jericho Sims back. Jalen Smith might be gone. I feel like he is replaceable. And we are going to bring quickly and Jaden McDaniels back. They're two big pieces. And cap-wise, we do have a little bit of money to play with. I do need to go get my guys back, though. Like all of them. So I'll let Emmanuel Quickly and Jaden McDaniels just wait for offers, and I'm going to bring back Tyus as well as Jalen Smith and Isaiah Roby. I'll throw you a contract, but I'm not necessarily worried about it. But yeah, those three guys are going to be back, and then we are going to give Quickly and Jaden McDaniels. We will match their contracts. I just need somebody to give them a contract because I need to make sure that I can actually bring these guys back. I mean, I still have money. I probably should wait for that. Emmanuel Quickly, still a qualifying offer. So now what are we looking at? I can still afford Spencer Dinwiddie. Might throw him a contract, just see what happens there. And then anybody else that's like crazy. Valanciunas or Zach Collins, I'll probably bring in. No clue if the game will let me bring both those guys in. They also saw Kenny Martin Jr. He is restricted though. I will throw Cam Johnson a contract. I just want to see if the game let me sign any of these guys. Cam Johnson, I'll decline because I would rather get Spencer Dinwiddie. So all three of these guys want to come now. Not enough room to sign. We got Spencer Dinwiddie. So that Emmanuel Quickly is still restricted. We can bring him back once he accepts an offer, which would be great if you can just go ahead and do that. Perfect. So now we have our squad back. Also brought in Spencer Dinwiddie. No clue how we made the money work. Probably just gonna flip him. That'll be a sign and trade through us. Yeah, I mean, a lot of power forwards. So might look to upgrade 2-guard position with Spencer Dinwiddie. Okay, so nothing in the trade finder. So I am looking at just like shooting guards I can trade for. I honestly think they could accept this right here. I'm willing to throw in a second first-round pick that I don't have. Kind of sucks. I didn't realize I was out of first-round picks. I could also throw in the young guy, could potentially be worth it. There it is. Okay, so I mean, that was just the 25th pick, the second round pick. Our second round 25th pick that we just gave up. That was enough to get that trade done. And we were looking at tendencies earlier. His tendency is ridiculously low. Just knowing he's not going to put up crazy numbers, that's fine. I mean, if he can put up those numbers again, completely fine with that. He's a solid defender as well, which is more what I was looking at bringing in. So I mean, right there, D Fox and Tyus Jones as my point guard play, and then we have Mikal Bridges, Emmanuel Quickly coming off the bench, and Derek White. I can find somewhere for him to play, otherwise he can be traded. RJ Barrett, Jaden McDaniels as my two small forwards, by the way, who are both super young. Mikal Bridges in his prime, but everybody else really young. Tyus Jones might regress, but I mean, team's really young. We got Jackson Jr., and then backup power forward is going to be an issue. I just want to see how people progress, try and move some people around. Could potentially move Jericho Sims to the power forward position. This roster the way it is right now. Willing to take it to player progression. Brought back Miles McBride. Who was that, like 74 or whatever. RJ Barrett goes up 2, which is great progression. I mean, that right there makes it probably a win of an offseason. Miles Turner goes up 1. Jay McDaniels goes up 1. Tyus Jones is still getting better. Goes up 1. And then Steven Adams gets worse. It worries me because now that center position, Jericho Sims has to stay at center. And then we're going to have to trade some of these guys. Torrey Craig gets worse as well. I think I need to trade some of these guys right now anyways. So I'm just going to sim to this and kind of build up my power forward and center backup positions real quick before I get into next season. Yeah, a quick little trade like this. Steven Adams now is not worth $12 million at all. So we'll go ahead and trade him for Brandon Clark. I'll just double check to make sure there's nobody crazy that I'm missing out on, but that does look like the best trade that isn't just getting picks back. So right there, already our backup center position has been solved again, and then again, that gives me the option to move Jericho Sims around. I mean, right there, unless I need to trade somebody, which I don't, we'll just figure out our backup power forward right now. Brandon Clark, I do remember used to be a power forward in some of these games, but he could potentially be the backup power forward. Jericho Sims does get better, so we'll actually move him there. And then I'm going to flip Isaiah Roby and Torrey Craig. There's nothing too crazy. I'll just flip them for Cameron Payne, and then I'll flip Cameron Payne real quick. Andre Drummond, give up a second-round pick. That's fine. He can get my spot minutes at that 11th spot. If need be, I'd rather have Brandon Clark actually getting those minutes because he is my backup. I mean, I like this rotation. A little heavy on guard minutes, especially shooting guard. Derek White, Might need to move. I'm going to stick it out how it is right now. I think this team is much better than it was. We'll get into simming, and we are really bad to start, but all my teams start really bad. So, not entirely worried about it till we get to about like December, and then I'll make some trades if we're still really bad. All right, we just lost Jaren Jackson Jr. for 4 to 6 weeks, which is where that backup power forward position hurts us like crazy. I'm just going to go ahead. We're 8-12. I'm going to try and trade Derek White and Hammy Diallo. Kyle Kuzma, honestly, is the perfect fit to come off the bench. I mean, he can come in and start. He can prove he belongs in the starting lineup. And then, I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr. could move to the center if Miles Turner is not working out. I mean, this gives us options, right, to kind of mix and match our starting lineup moving forward. And then it gives me Jericho Sims minutes as well. I think that's worthwhile. 2-0 with, of course, somebody else gets hurt. Who else got hurt? Tyus Jones, 1 to 2 weeks. Not that big of a deal. Get back to simming. That Kyle Kuzma trade was absolutely perfect because we have been cruising since we got him. I mean, like, cruising. He has been hurt for the last, like, week or two. I lost him quickly day to day. But, I mean, this team is on fire right now. I have no reason to mess with it. Yeah, I mean, we haven't even really been healthy. We had Jaren Jackson Jr. and Kyle Kuzma for like 2 games. And, I mean, you see it. We're on fire right now. Uka with another MVP, triple-double. Good to see this is back. Jaden Purdue, who was the #1 overall pick, wins Rookie of the Year, 6th Man of the Year. Nick Smith Jr., I think I could have swore I saw him in a trade. Not sure how he was the 6th man. I mean, putting up 29 minutes a game. He only started 2 games, though. So, those are insane numbers off the bench. Chet, DPOY. Charles Bassey, most improved player. Whatever. Tibbs, coach of the year. We finished 57-25. And then the Cavs must have been the 2 seed, 52-30. So, 5-game lead on everybody else out east. Taking a look, there is no New York Knicks unless I'm tweaking and absolutely miss them. Yeah, nobody. Oh, no love for the 1 seed. We'll end up playing Toronto here, and we will take a look at the stats. Jay Barrett back up to 20 points per game, 2nd time in his career. D Fox 21. His numbers are the same as they are in 2K Sim, it looks like. These last 2 years are 2K Sim. And then Jaren Jackson Jr.'s numbers must have been Jaws suspended, so that might be why his scoring was so high. But this is a little low for him anyways. And then quickly, his numbers are back up. Kuzma's numbers are Kuzma Sim numbers. Miles Turner's numbers pretty similar to last year. Dave McDaniel's numbers same. And the only guy who really fell off is Mikal Bridges, but 2K absolutely hates him when it comes to tendencies. So, I mean, this is what you expect every single time you trade for Mikal Bridges. Overall, you look at defensively, really solid. Shot the ball well. He just didn't shoot the ball. But I knew that when I traded for him, so I'm not worried about it. This first round, Toronto has James Harden now. So they have Harden, Trent Jr., Scotty Barnes, and Christian Wood. It's an interesting team, especially if they're the 8 seed. I would not expect that. I'm going to be very upset if we lose this, though. I thought we were going to be down 3-1. We're going to be up 3-2. This is 100%. Never mind. I'm trying to predict what 2K is going to do to me. I assume there's going to be a Game 7. We're playing Chicago, who has Lonzo, Zach LaVine, and they traded for Jalen Duren. Outside of that, THT, 81 overall. They're starting shooting guard. Kelly Olynyk was also started. Don't remember his overall now. But they're up 2-1. We make it 2-2. They make it 3-2. 3-3. We will simcast Game 7 here. Hopefully, it is a close game. I would love to win here in year 2, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen because we got absolutely smacked at the Garden. Okay. Nice. Just awesome. Just running it back with this team. I don't really have a reason to blow it up. I think we're better than that Chicago team. I think we're better than the Celtics team. We're definitely better than this Rockets team. Yeah, I don't have a reason to do anything too crazy. I will beef up the bench just a little bit. Yeah, no first round picks, so I mean, we'll let the computer draft like usual. Gets us a 75 and a 73. I'll take it. Pretty crazy in this draft class. Team player options, we will bring him back just because we might as well. Could just be a trade piece. We'll also bring him back. And then we need to pretty much bring everybody back. Miles Turner and Jericho Sims were our only big free agents. So we'll just bring them both back. And then I'm going to double check because that doesn't seem right. Nobody's missing. So, I mean, we'll just bring those guys back. Those are 2 big guys to go get. And we'll bring them both back. So that makes the offseason nice and simple. We have no money to do anything. But like I said, we're just gonna, for player progression, I don't think anybody will regress. Potentially Tyus Jones regresses. Outside of that, everybody should progress. So I'm not worried about that. Absolutely nothing happens. Like nothing happens. So that's fine. And then I need to get to here to make some trades. But we're gonna beef up the bench. Starting lineup and like through 6th, 7th man, I probably won't make any trades just because I like my top 5, 6, 7. I just want to beef up that backside of the bench, and we have too many people, but I'll fix that and then we'll get into trading. Okay, so I like my top 4. I'm not against upgrading for Miles Turner. I'm not against flipping quickly, not against flipping Kuzma. I would like to keep them around. Jay McDaniels, again, would also like to keep around. But Tyus Jones and Brandon Clark are going to be like my targets to try and upgrade here. Using some of these guys on my bench here, as well as a couple picks I were able to pick up with those guys that I traded in the offseason. So yeah, I mean, we'll just get right into kind of flipping some of these guys. Looking at a Davion Mitchell trade, his defense is top notch. Pretty much what I got to bring in. I'll give you a first round pick. Perfect. So he's now my backup point guard. I looked, it's A+ defense, and anybody over or under 30 or like 80 something overall is him and Lonzo, and they're both on the Bulls. I also needed to just break up that defensive team. I don't know what a shot tendency is. 66. So numbers will go down. It's not crazy high that it'll mess with anything. And then I'm also gonna look to upgrade Brandon Clark, who's my backup center, real quick. And outside of that, might look to flip quickly, but keep the rest of them around. Changing plans. We're going for Chet. And I'm on a first round picks. It was worth looking at, right? So right now I'm rocking centers over 80 overall with A+. This team is crazy. The 2 best rebounding centers in the league, I guess, in terms of overall. Robert Williams could be kind of cheap to trade for. Maybe not in an 86. Monetarily, it is not going to work, it looks like. Yeah, it's not going to work for him. That would have been a great pickup for us. I might just shoot a little lower. Mark Williams could be a great backup center. 0.2 mil more than allowed. Give me Dario Saric, and then they don't have enough guys. This is the issue we're running into like crazy right now. Potentially gonna make this magic happen. 3 first round picks from Mark Williams. It's just not enough, I guess. There's got to be somebody in here that I can get. I might just go Jacopoto because he's older. But even then, they want Miles Turner just straight up. I don't. Not sure how I feel about that. Clint Capella could be even cheaper than he was before. Like that right there, honestly, might be the move. Yeah, we'll bring in Clint to be my backup center. And then I think that's it. Things are going sideways. We'll move on quickly. And Kuzma potentially just to make the team a little bit better. But yeah, we'll just rock the squad into the season. All right, first injury right before the trade deadline. Manuel Quickly, please be day to day, 1 to 2 weeks. He was going to be the guy I looked to move. I don't know. He's not going to be back in time. Okay. We've been all over the map. Absolutely all over the map this season. This team is so streaky. Like I said, I was going to look to move Manuel Quickly. I'm mad that I got stuck with him. Really not that big of a deal. Kuzma, I don't know how you're playing. I figured it was not the best performance. Desmond Bane off the bench. Honestly, might just do it. Just do it without even thinking about it, and we'll just figure it out later. Nick Claxton could be an interesting one. Honestly, it might just do Nick Claxton instead. Crazy value. Maybe I should take a little bit more time to look through these. I just don't need guard play. That's why I don't want to pull the trigger on Desmond Bane. Guard play is not the issue. It's just replacing Kyle Kuzma's play. Nick Claxton, better defender, not going to look to score the ball, willing to do it, only giving up a second. They don't want to start him, which is fine. The other thing is I don't need Clint Capella anymore, So I am going to flip Clint Capella, who I'm sure his numbers have been god-awful. So please get off my team, like, now. Look at this trade. That's all they're willing to give me back. I mean, it wasn't much more than that, but I mean, it was more. Bull could potentially be the move. I am going to pick up Bull. I have to give up a second to move on from Clint Capella. Worth it. Honestly, is worth it. So we replace Kyle Kuzma with Bull, and then we replace Clint Capella and Nick Claxton. Should make the team better. I think it honestly does make the team a hair better. Bull trade, I don't know for sure. That could have just been an impulse trade. Not sure how I feel about it, but year 3 we have to win. This team has been too solid. But this last year we've just been up and down. It's just been all over the map. I can't even predict like where we're gonna finish. Honest is on the Lakers. All right, did not expect to see that. Rookie of the year was the 5th overall pick. Bad class here. Jaden Purdue, 6th man of the year. Insane numbers. Probably was an all-star. Chet DPOY. Shouldn't say almost. Tried to trade for him. Derek Lively Jr. Derek Lively the second, actually. Most improved player. He went from non-rotation player to probably starter or 6th man. 28 minutes a game. Darvin Ham for the Lakers. I mean, Giannis going to the Lakers kind of messes things up just a little bit. But no Knicks still. Not a single. There's a New York Knick. Jaren Jackson Jr. on the defensive second team. So at least someone from the Knicks made some sort of team. We'll take a look at the stats here for year 3. I feel like I figured something out to make these teams better. RJ Barrett, our leading scorer now. It's just not working in the sim. It's just not working when it comes to the sim. We'll see about this year. Come playoff time, team is solid. Really, the center positions, their only like weakness. That's just a good team. That's a scary 6 seed. Would not surprise me if we lose this. Honestly, yeah, I mean, goes to 7. It could go either way. We're at the Garden again. Last time we were at the Garden for a Game 7, we got absolutely destroyed. But we have a little lead here, and it turned into a big lead. Perfect. That's one of those 6 seeds that, like, I don't even know how to explain it. You know what I'm talking about. Like, that scary 6 seed. It's on paper worse than you, but, like, just is stacked. Like, you get what I'm saying, basically. The Bulls. We took Davion Mitchell from this team. This is another team that, I mean, power forwards are their only weakness. This is another scary team. I mean, that team doesn't look much better than that 6 seed, right? But they're the 2 seed. Somebody went down. De'Aaron Fox. His backup IRL. Davion Mitchell's going to have to take over as we go down 3-1. And we are back to sub 500, 6-7. Just a bad time for an injury. I thought this team was one of the better teams I've made without absolutely like freaking out and just not cheesing, but, you know, blowing up the roster completely. Kept RJ Barrett around, kept Emmanuel Quickly around, kept Jericho Sims around. I mean, thought this was one of my better teams. We were not able to get it done. The Lakers were very bad with Giannis. They kind of scared me. We didn't even have to face them. That Bulls team, they click sometimes. This guy, he heard me. He felt disrespected by me calling him the weak link. All right, there it is. Our next team will be Lakers. Okay, so we got, it'll be 40, I think. Yes, I'm remembering wrong. Braun's gonna be 40. So it's pretty much win now mode. But yeah, should be a fun one. And yeah, 6-7. Hopefully we can get back to 7-7, and hopefully the rest of this row we can win, and then we can win the row underneath it, and then win the rest of them. And yeah, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, other than that, I'm out. Peace.